As I have said in the previous video, VALBY Run is not completely dead, but it has been balanced to the point that it will have almost the same reward as other farming spots in the game. Right now, I can still get 380,000 plus gold and 20,000 plus Kuiper shards in 2 minutes 48 seconds on average using the VALBY Run and the Fortress Outpost mission in hard mode. Within an hour, you can still have an average of 8.3 million gold and 443,000 Kuiper shards. Now, I have compared this with other farming spots in the game, and the popular rock fall farm spot called Ambush Point in Sterile Land hard mode will only yield 3.6 million gold and 125,000 Kuiper shards within an hour. However, Ambush Point does have an advantage as it can drop code breakers often, and it also drops those ultimate precise code breakers which you can use with Enzo to open an Ultra Vault to get 73,000 Kuiper shards plus the material needed to craft your Descendant or weapons. Another good farming spot that I can recommend right now is the abandoned refinery unit in hard mode Echo Swamp, and this too can yield code breakers and materials used for crafting specific Descendants and weapons. It can give you around 2.3 million gold and 135,000 Kuiper shards within 1 hour. Not to mention the extra loot that enemies drop, which you can turn into materials to further push your power level. If you compared these three missions, I can say that Fortress Outpost VALBY Run is still better in my opinion, but the only problem though is it's harder to find players doing the VALBY Run in public matches. This is either because players think that the mission is dead, or players don't like running the Outpost mission anymore for VALBY Run since they find it better to farm for amorphous materials and other items through infiltration and killing the boss, rather than just exploiting the Outpost with the VALBY Run method. As you all know, the Outpost missions now only have a 1-minute cooldown, and you won't even notice this at all when you are jumping from one outpost to another in that region. I rarely see people doing the VALBY Run right now in public matches because I think they find destroying the outpost way better. That is why most players who are leveling and farming for both gold and Kuiper shards are doing the Ambush Point or the abandoned refinery unit missions right now. Another thing that you should also take note of is that getting 300,000 gold and 12,000 Kuiper shards per 2 minute 48 seconds run requires a specific setup. First of all, you will need to ramp up the damage of VALBY's cleanup ability. If not, then it would take 2 VALBYs to run the mission, so each time an enemy spawn, it will be killed by the ability instantly. The developers did not remove the infinite enemy spawn in the area, allowing you to get more loot experience and as well as other items which you need to increase your power. Aside from VALBY having a decent module setup, you will also need to at least have a component that has both increased gold and Kuiper shard bonuses. If you have boosters, then the faster you can acquire both gold and Kuiper shards in this mission. In fact, I'm planning to max out my ultimate VALBY for this purpose so I can solo run the Fortress Outpost mission without pissing off other players. Finally, let's talk about experience gain. I'll be honest here and say that the experience points gained in the Fortress Outpost is not as good as the past. The developers have botched the experience gain in this area, and I don't know if you have tried it already, but the Ambush Point hard mode in Sterile Land is way more efficient right now in gaining more experience compared to the Fortress VALBY Run. You can use the Fortress for side leveling only your weapons and Descendants, but its main purpose is for gold and Kuiper shards right now. However, I can't recommend Ambush Point as the ultimate best when it comes to leveling your Descendants and weapons. If you want a pure leveling spot, then the Void Fragment in Fortress Fallen Arc region is the best way to level up your weapons and Descendants. This is what I call the bunny cave, wherein most of the players doing this mission are bunnies because they are farming monomer and inorganic shards to activate Void Reactor and open amorphous materials. While doing so, they are also leveling their weapons, which is very effective as the experience points gained within this mission is way superior compared to other missions I have done in the game. In average, I can gain about 24,000 experience per 1 minute run in this mission, and it would take an average of 1 hour 15 minutes to level up a new Descendant from 0 to max 40. Weapon proficiency is kind of different though, as your active weapon will gain 100% of the experience points even if killing enemies with your Descendants abilities. The inactive weapons will gain lesser, but somehow this is still the fastest way to max rank the proficiency of your weapons. If you are a player leveling a new Descendant, then simply ask a bunny or just go public matches as there will always be bunnies running this mission. If you are a bunny and leveling your weapons, then I highly recommend modding for max range and getting your lightning emission as much damage with the help of a tingling reactor with electric and singular stats. Also, you should know of the tech called bunny hop. This is crucial so you won't end up losing all your electricity and cast your lightning emission every time. You will most likely see bunny players hoping in this mission and doing all the work while others can just sit back and level up their characters. You can do this in private matches as a bunny player to level up your character and farm those void shards, but why not go in public matches and help out other players level up? You will get the same rewards and you will also help other players ease up the grind. Just take note though that if you are leveling your Descendants that have no electric skill, then you won't receive the shard rewards at the end of this mission. Also, you will need to shoot enemies once the mission starts start so you can join the team and gain experience points. You can finish this mission in less than 40 seconds with Bunny, but there's a 20-second cooldown on the Void Fragment before you can activate it again. So I hope this video will help you with your leveling and farming needs. Please do help us with the algorithm by simply liking the video and sharing it if you can. If you want to see more helpful The First Descendant videos from us, then feel free to subscribe and ring all notifications so you will get updated on our latest uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again in our next video. Squad Leader, signing off.